Welcome to the Uncle's Channel. Thanks for watching today. And we are a little over a month away from the Tales of the TMNT from premiering on Paramount Plus. And we just got a new teaser trailer. It's going to show us every single villain or antagonist the Turtles are going to go up against, as well as the action figures that are going to go along with those particular villains. And I have to say, some of them are pretty darn cool, and I'm pretty excited about it. And some of them are, they're a little less cool. But as an overall, I think it's a good batch of villains we're going to have for the new show. Now, I do think the lore behind him is going to focus a little bit coming from the Mutant Mayhem movie, because toward the end of the movie, I don't know if you remember or not, but the mutagen basically spilled out into the ocean with Superfly and all of that, and you know, you had like the mutant whale or Super Duper Fly and whatnot. But for this, every single one of the villains, as far as like mutant wise, is going to be a ocean creature or like a sea creature to some degree. And so I think that's going to be harkening back to the storyline from the actual movie. And so let's go ahead and jump into some of these mutants here. Now, the very first mutant we're going to talk about is one that's actually new for the entire TMNT franchise as a whole. It's going to be a mutated seahorse named Mustang Sally. And like, what a perfect name for a mutated seahorse, because TMNT has always been very punny. And I'm glad to see they're keeping up with that with the new iteration here. But the look for Mustang Sally is like a literal perfect punk villain look, because like a stereotypical punk has a mohawk going all the way back, and what does a seahorse have? A mohawk going all the way back. And so the design here for Mustang Sally, I think, is a perfect design for a mutant seahorse. And let's go and take a look at the action figure here, because the action figure, I think, summarized the character really well. I mean, it looks just like the image that I just showed you. Some sort of axe, coral type weapon or seaweed weapon, which makes perfect sense coming from the ocean here. And Mustang Sally's also going to have like a little buddy or a little sidekick. And this is very representative of like the turtle figures from the early 90s. Most of those actually come with like a sidekick or a buddy as well. So I'm glad to see they're actually bringing that back. I don't know what this little buddy is, but every single one of these mutants that we're going to go into in today's video are all going to have a little sidekick. If you know what this little sidekick is, as far as like a mutant coral or like a mutant, I don't know, sea urchin or a mutant amoeba, I don't know what the words are. Let me know in the comments down below what you think that mutant sidekick is. But overall, I am very satisfied with Mustang Sally's design, and I think it's one of the stronger ones, but it's actually not my favorite one. So let's go ahead and move on to one that is also not my favorite, and it's going to be Lee the Ill. And you can see a picture here of Lee journeying through the sewers, and I actually really enjoy the name of Lee because like a double pun, because obviously it's named after Bruce Lee, the little karate skills that he's displaying here, but at the same time, Lee is ill spelled backwards, so it's like a double pun. And like I said, I'm really excited TMNT is keeping up with the puns for this new iteration. But there's not a whole lot to say about Lee in particular here. We can look at the action figure for Lee, and just like Mustang Sally has very much of a punk look about him, has some sort of like ice looking gun, but also he has a little pet down here at the side, a little sidekick, got a little banana peel on his head. I don't know what he is. I'm not sure if it's just like a representation of like maybe trash inside the ocean, some sort of environmental message. I don't know. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments down below. But that is Lee the Ill. And my favorite mutant we're going to get is one called Goldfin. Now, it's obviously a goldfish, but he's named Goldfin because Finn is more of a common European name, or at least an Irish name. And this 100% looks like a little Irish punk coming off the streets here as an immigrant in New York City. And what a wonderful little design here for Goldfin. Looks like he has such an attitude, but not as much attitude as he shows when you actually look at his little action figure. This action figure here is adorable in every single way, and this is one I will 100% be adding to my collection because I just love the way this particular figure looks. I'm really curious who the voice actor is going to be for Goldfin, but I mean, they're going to have to do a home run on it because this design here is just top tier. Now, I don't know what he has as a little pet over here. Almost looks like a mop to a degree, maybe like a mop worm. I don't know. Like I said, of all the others, if you know what it is, let me know in the comments down below. But those are our 3 brand new mutants. And then we have the leader of all these mutants, or the overarching antagonist for the series, and that is going to be Bishop. Now, we already know who Bishop is as far as like earlier iterations of TMNT. He's a leader of the Earth Protection Force and tries to stop alien invasions, such as the Utroms. It's usually portrayed as like a FBI agent type guy. And they're going to change it up a little bit. There's going to be a girl who's portraying Bishop here, and sort of like a half cyborg or half robotic. And so I'm not really sure exactly what the direction they're going to go of this is, but I'm assuming Bishop is going to be fighting against the TMNT or trying to protect the Earth from the different aliens, and is going to recruit some of these other mutants or use their mutant blood to try to form some sort of like army of super soldiers. At least that's from the reading that I can gather about Bishop a little bit. Now, as far as the action figure for Bishop, all we have is like a mech suit with Bishop inside of it, so it's a little bit disappointing as far as like a true just Bishop action figure. And we also have another mech called the Mechazoid, which is going to be like Bishop's robotic army helping to fight off the alien invasion. And we've seen this action figure before in some of the earlier videos, and it might actually already be in stores. I'm not positive on that just yet. Some of the details from the TMNT stuff is already showing up, but the Mechazoids have been around for a good while in the TMNT universe, and so they are just simply making a comeback. And so some brand new stuff like the Mutants, some old stuff like Bishop, some new looks for the old stuff like Bishop as well. And so a lot of stuff is changing. A lot of new iterations here for the TMNT, but I am very excited to see what they're going to do with these new mutants. I really do enjoy Goldfin and Sally, and Lee to a lesser degree. Lee's just sort of, I like the name, I like the pun, but there's nothing like really pulled me in about Lee in general. But I feel like for the moment anyway, they are going in a good direction. I feel like they're staying true to the TMNT as far as like some of the writing style, some of the characters. And so I'm just simply excited to see what they're going to do with it. But it's coming out in less than a month. And here's our first look at all of the individual villains and some of the action figures that are going to go along with that. But are you excited for it? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos listed up above and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.